Hi guys, it's me, the Dweeb. I am coming out of another binge coma. I have been binging the Netflix series You. Finally. It's like everyone loves it, and I was very slow to the game, but I watched it, binged it, loved it, and I'm now anticipating season 3 coming out, which apparently isn't coming out until 2021. That's not okay. But yeah, it is so good. I will say, if you haven't watched it yet and you're thinking about it and like you're anything like me, the first 5 episodes, yes, 5, the first 5 episodes of season 1, I didn't love. I really was like, okay, I'm bored. I don't get what people see in this show. And I actually stopped watching it after episode 5. Then I went to dinner with 2 of my friends, and one of them was like, oh my God, no, you have to binge it. And this particular friend, she is the type of friend where like, if she tells you need to binge something, then you need to binge it because it's that good. So yeah, I just finished it. Loved it. Can't believe. Not going to really get into it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. But if you haven't seen it, you like true crime, even though it's fictional, you should check it the fuck out because it is crazy. Crazy. Okay, so let's get into some pop culture news that has happened since the last time I've seen you. I'm going to try to be more regular on this thing, guys. So let's see. Okay, first thing, if I see or hear one more thing about Kim Kardashian's effing kitchen, I'm gonna like freaking flip out. She, a couple weeks ago, posted a picture of her standing in front of her fridge. And of course, her fans noticed that there was only drinks in there. There was absolutely no food, and it went virally crazy. And then Kim like gave us a tour of her kitchen where she has like walk-in vegetable refrigerator, walk-in refrigerator for whatever else. And it's just like been reported on every single pop culture site to death. I'm part of the problem now because I am now reporting about it as well. But I'm just reporting about it because I'm sick of it. If we can just not with the kitchen thing anymore, like MTV Cribs is like dead and gone. So like, let's not bring it back. Okay. Moving on. Just like that. Royal family. Biggest news this week, this month, maybe even this year. I mean, it's only January. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but huge news. So obviously last week I talked to you about how Tippy's in here again, and obviously she wants out, but no. Okay. So obviously last week I talked about how the royal family, Meghan and Harry, are wanting to step back from their senior duties and move to Canada, and that is just what they will do. The whole family had like a meeting conference, if you will, on Monday, and the Queen let out a statement that said that her family had a very constructive discussion with the future, or on the future of her grandson and his family, which is kind of like, ooh, grandma, like you're like divided. Like, I don't know. It just kind of sounds like divided. Like my family had a discussion about my grandson and his family. It's like the family, right? No, I guess not anymore. They're definitely moving to Canada. The Queen says she's supportive. It's crazy, though. I mean, Harry has since I'm sorry, my whole like mind is just like, ugh, it's like taken over. This is just a lot. I'm like really reading the statement right now. Okay, I'm just going to read the statement. Today, my family had a very constructive discussion on the future of my grandson and his family. My family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. So she's not even calling him like the Duke and Duchess anymore. They are now Harry and Meghan. Although we would have preferred them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, we respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family while remaining a valued part of my family. Well, that's good. That's good, Nan. Okay. Harry and Meghan have made clear that they do not want to rely on public funds in their new lives. Although we would have preferred them to... oh, wait, no, let's back up at the top. It has therefore been agreed that there will be a period of transition in which the Sussexes will spend time in Canada and the UK. There are complex matters for my family to resolve. My family. And there is more work to be done, but I have asked for final discussions to be reached in the coming days. So basically, Grandma approves-ish, kind of. It's kind of one of those, like, I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed statements, which is arguably worse. Meghan has been seen out. She was getting on a plane yesterday, and she was going to, like, a woman's shelter to, I don't know, speak and stuff. She was wearing pants. That was crazy. It was like the first time she's worn pants in like a year and a half. Not really, but like she looked really casual. And usually she'd be in like a dress, things like that, you know. Harry, I don't think has been formally seen yet, but I do think he like let out a tweet saying that he would be at some kind of game thing in Germany. So I could be totally wrong on that, but I did see something about that today. Of course, that could be made up. But yeah, so wild transitions for them. During that conference, Meghan was not there. It was rumored that she was telephoned in, but she was not. And at first when I heard that, I was like, what a bitch for not being phoned in, for not phoning in. But then I realized, and I am not one to think that Meghan Markle is a bitch. I am not mad at Meghan Markle. I do not think this is her fault. Blah, 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 blah. I think this has been a long time coming for Harry. Like, we all know Harry's past and how, you know, he's the spare heir. I don't think he really wants to be a royal, quote unquote, anymore. But yeah, where was I going with this? I don't know. But yeah. Oh, hi. I can't believe I almost forgot this. There's footage that's been released, audio really, of Harry talking to the CEO of Disney, like saying like Meghan would make a great voice actress. And now she is actually going to be doing a voiceover for a Disney movie coming out within the next year. But all proceeds are going to be going to help elephants in, I believe, Africa, which I love. If you know me at all, you know that my favorite animal is an elephant. Oh my God. Love, love, love. See, I love Meghan. Okay. Yeah, but what I was going to before I derailed a little bit, she was rumored to have been telephoned in, but she was not telephoned in. When I first heard that, I was like, gasp. But it makes sense because the family was worried that hackers would hack into the telephone line somehow and then get information that they don't want the public to have, whatever that may be. I don't know, but it does make sense at the end of the day. So she was not a part of the call and she was not there. She was in Canada with her son, Archie. And I mean, I can't really hate on her for that. I mean, she's got to be a mom. She's got to go be with her son. So I don't know. I just feel like I said, I feel like this has been coming for a long time with Harry. I feel like he could have been married to pretty much anybody. Maybe not another like Londoner, but anybody. I don't think it had to be Meghan. It could be Hannah Ann from The Bachelor. And I think that they would probably have made the same exact decision. I think that this has been something that Harry has wanted for a very long time. And yeah, I wish them all the best. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen next because it is going to be crazy, guys. That's for sure. Okay, moving on. That's enough royal news. Let's move on to The Bachelor. The Bachelor this week gave me all I needed to just push on through the grummy week. We had Hannah B open up the show again. We had Champagne Gate, which we'll get into. We had a Revolve fashion show. We had it all. I loved this 2 hours of The Bachelor. So first off, of course, we started off where we left off last week with Peter talking to Hannah B. Hannah B is such a pop culture parasite. Like, she will not go away. I've talked about this last week on my podcast. She just won't go away. But it looks like she might be kind of slowly starting to go away because she's not going to join Peter's cast of girls, and Peter's not leaving to just be with her. So good news, guys. Good news. Let's see. What else? Natasha, she was shook. I think that was her name. She was very mad that Hannah B showed up again. Yeah, she was definitely the most vocal about like being upset that Hannah B had made not one, but 2 appearances within the first, 48 hours of being there. So yeah, she was very unhappy and she made it known, and I don't blame her. I would be pissed too. If I was really there and I was there for all the right reasons, I would be like, listen, little girl, you have to go. You had your chance, not once, but twice, and you blew it. You gotta go. Sorry. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Okay, so the pop heard around the world was Champagne Gate. Hannah Ann, well, let me back up just one second. Kelsey brought a bottle of champagne, a pretty expensive bottle of champagne, I get it, to the house with her, and she was saving it for a special moment with Peter. So she set out a little display, if you will, of the champagne and the candles, and then just like tried to make it like romantic, yada, yada, yada. And then ended up getting, didn't get that moment with him. And then cut to Hannah Ann is like, oh, champagne. And she goes over with Peter and she pops the bottle of champagne. Kelsey hears it and a war breaks loose. Now, cut to later in the episode, there is what we find out 2 setups of champagne. There's the setup that Kelsey put out, and then there's a setup that production obviously put out. I mean, I'm not stupid. I've been watching reality TV for years now. I know that production was probably like, yeah, that champagne's over there for you. Go do that. I'm sure that they had plans to have Hannah Ann and Peter drink champagne together. It was just not that particular champagne that they were supposed to go to, but production probably like led her in that direction, and then she opened the champagne and da-da-da-da. I truly don't think Hannah knew, and I'm a little bit biased because I'm like team Hannah Ann all the way, but I truly don't think that she knew that was Kelsey's champagne. I think she just thought it was the champagne that she was supposed to go to. She quickly found out that it was Kelsey's champagne, and then poor Kelsey ended up getting her moment with Peter and sat down to drink the other champagne, and it just blasted all over her face. And it's like, isn't that just the way the cookie crumbles? Like, I feel like that picture, like that moment is like a good scenario for every day of my life. Like, just like, obviously that would happen. I'm sad. I'm in front of the guy. Like, I'm going to be cool and take a drink of my champagne out of the bottle, and it just explodes in my face. Like that, it's happened to probably all of us. If not that, then something very close to it, where you're just like, okay, can I go frickin' hide under a rock and die now? Cool. Thanks. Bye. But yeah, she's pissed. I think she's still pissed. But yeah, poor Hannah. But Hannah knows how to play this game. She's been training for this for years. And she, I think, is going to win it. If she doesn't win it, like, she'll definitely be like runner up, or she'll be the next Bachelorette. Oh my God, I would almost love that even more. Now I hope she doesn't win it. Now I want her to be the Bachelorette. Anyways. So yeah. Next thing on my list to talk about is, of course, Vanderpump Rules. First things first, I have a bone to pick with the production. We have had now not one, but 2 mishaps where it's obvious that they have refilmed. Last week, we had Lala with her necklaces. It was like 2 necklaces, and then all of a sudden it was like 3 necklaces. Like, and they were like swooped to the side, and then you cut back and it's 2, and then you cut back and it's 3. This week we have Ariana's hair. When the scene, if you haven't seen it, if you didn't notice it, go look at it. Get on your DVRs and check it out. The scene where Ariana is talking to Lisa, obviously she's got her little bob cut, and then cut away, cut back, and now her hair is long and also parted down the middle. So they're obviously doing a lot of shoot and reshoot, and that's not cool. I mean, this is the one show. I mean, all reality TV, and we're not stupid. All reality TV is a little bit fluffed and, shifted a certain way to make certain things be a certain thing, if you will. I don't know. But it's becoming very obvious that they are just like doing a scene and then cut and then, oh, we need to redo that. And they're not dotting their I's and checking their T's as to what they looked like before. It's really not that hard. Like, go back and look at the footage and see exactly what was up, like what was going on, how many necklaces you had on, what your hair looked like, what eyeshadow you were wearing, what coat you were wearing, where your hair was parted down. It's really not hard. So I think that they're just getting a little sloppy, and it's obvious. This was the one show that I felt like was relatively real, because we all know that these people are friends. Even when they're not filming, we see them together. So yeah, but it's getting a little fake and bake, if you ask me, and that's just very sad. This week, we were introduced to another newbie, Danica. She looks a ton like Dana. I love Dana. I loved her when I first saw her. I started loving her even more this episode. I'm sure I'll love her even more next week. Love her. Her and Danica look identical. If you ask me, like, obviously not identical, but they look very similar. Everyone's saying that the two guys look a lot alike. I don't think that the two guys look a lot alike at all. One of them's very tall. The other one's just like average kind of height, probably less than average for a guy. And but Danica and Dana, they look a lot alike. They've got like the same eyes, they've got the same chin, they've got like a relatively similar nose. They look so much alike. Not that that's a bad thing, I'm just saying. But I do 100% right now know for sure that I am not a Danica fan. Sorry about it. We meet her, and the first thing she's doing is bashing Dana, which is now my like new fave cast member. I love her so much. Yeah, and we've got the battle of the cliques like we always do in this show. Danica is obviously friends with Sheena and Ariana, and Dana is also friends with Ariana, but she's more friends with the Stassi and the Katie and the Lala group. So Dana's winning, in my opinion. Very, very much just winning all the way. But yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. It was crazy to me too. Like, we got to see more into Kristen and Carter's crazy ass relationship, and Jax being the sound of reason. Like, I mean, hello, everyone said it, but like, when Jax Taylor is like the sound mind in the room, like, you've got a problem. So yeah, I really hope that ends soon. Kristen was on Watch What Happens Live last night, and she said that it has, but she's also said that before. So I don't know. We can't really trust her. At first, I was kind of like feeling bad for her, but now, I mean, we're only in 2 episodes, but I see that she's not only lying to everyone, she's also lying to herself, which still puts me in the realm of feeling bad for her. But like, girl, like, you can't be helped until you like help yourself. Like, that's just the way it is in life, with any rule, with his boyfriend, with any problem, really. So yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Atlanta Housewives, Jersey Housewives, Real Housewives of Dallas. They recently just wrapped up. We talked about that last week. I have been watching them, as I told you guys in 2019 at the end of it, that I wasn't going to do like the beginning to end recaps of the shows, because it's like you guys watch them, and I feel like I was just kind of like, I don't know, it just didn't feel good to me anymore. But I will say both seasons are like really, really good right now. The fight between Nene and Kenya, oh my God, crazy. Best fight I've seen on a housewife franchise in a while. And I know that Jersey, we're about to get some too. That hair pull heard around the world. Crazy. That's another thing. Danielle, or Beverly, whichever you prefer to call her, was on Watch What Happens Live last week after Jersey, and she announced that she's no longer coming back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's fine. That's fine with me, honestly. I'm not really that sad to see her go. Also, I feel like she needs to be reminded that she wasn't on like 5 of the seasons that have aired. So it's not really like anything like we'll be okay. They've been okay before. They'll be okay again. But hopefully she doesn't come back. I don't know. Like her storyline is just always the same. She's just like the slutty villain. And I'm just like, I'm over it. So I was kind of like, ooh, can't believe she's going. But she is. I guess she's starting a cooking channel, which I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I don't think many people have. But it is helping her to get off of our TV screens. So that's good news. What else? Obviously, I think that Margaret was in. I don't know if I would say Margaret was in the right because she did pour a bottle of water over Danielle's head before, but like 2 wrongs don't make a right. So I don't know. I can't wait to see the next Jersey episode. It looks like it's going to be getting very, very dangerous between Margaret and Teresa, as Margaret is going to be having a Mother's Day brunch or something like that, and she doesn't invite Teresa. And that's just sloppy. That's just messy. That's just asking for it. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do so that you don't get in a fight. But I mean, also, if we didn't have fights, we wouldn't have housewives. So I'm excited for it. Jersey's my favorite. I say it every time. So love it. Okay, guys, this is a definitely, I really hate when that freaking happens. Anyways, so I'm about to wrap it up. This is a shorter episode. I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll be having a little bit shorter episodes because I do want to start doing this weekly. So I don't know. Hang in with me while I play with the schedule and figure out where the pop culture dweeb is going to next. So let's wrap this up with things I don't get. Guys, if you ask my boyfriend, if you ask literally anybody who spends time with me, they will tell you that I constantly have the same song stuck in my head. And that would be a Spice Girls song. I think it's called If You Wanna. But I literally have the songs, if you want to, or the lyrics, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. I repeat that like 10 times a day. Like I'll wake up, open my eyes and be like, if you want to be my lover. And then sometimes I like go like robot with it. I'll be like, if you want to be my lover, if you want to be my, if you want to be, if you want to, if, I don't know. Like it's stuck in my head. It won't get out of my head. I don't know. This has been years now. Ever since Tommy and I have been together a little over a year. Before I met him, I have been singing If You Want to Be My Lover in my head daily. There's almost days that go by where I don't say, if you want to be my lover, but it's rare. Sometimes I'll go, all day and then come 7 o'clock, I'll just say it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I think I might need a medical diagnosis. So that's what I don't get. I don't get why that song is forever stuck in my head. It doesn't matter how many times I listen to it. It doesn't matter how many times I don't listen to it. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter. I will forever have that song stuck in my head. I'm not kidding, guys. It is daily. I don't think I can stress that enough. If you also have a song stuck in your head every single day, please reach out to me and let me know so that I know I'm not alone, because sometimes I worry. Anyways, I will be back next week with more news. Hopefully more than what I gave you today, but at least I gave you something. All right. Bye, guys.